it's Rachel, and today I will be doing a fun video where I compare Starbucks pastries with my own homemade pastries to see which one is indeed better. I'm currently in my car, but I am parked right in front of Starbucks because I will be going in to pick up a few of their pastries, and I made a few of their pastries at home using original recipes that I found on blogs and different things like that. And today I will be comparing the Starbucks pastries with my own pastries to see which one is actually better and which one is really worth it. So today I will be picking up the petite vanilla scones, an iced lemon loaf, and a chocolate chip cookie, and I baked all of those in my house as well, and I will be doing a taste test for you guys later on to see which one is better. So without further ado, let's hop into Starbucks and go pick up our baked goods. We got the goodies! I just got back from Starbucks with all the different pastries that I will be trying today and taste testing, and let's go dig in and see what I got. All right, so first off we have the chocolate chip cookie, which you can see right here. It is a big hefty boy. It smells really good too. Next we have the petite vanilla scones. I used to eat these all the time as a kid, but these are baby vanilla bean scones, and they smell like just how I remember. All right, so now the last thing in here is, this is the iced lemon loaf. Ooh, delicate. Here is the beautiful iced lemon loaf, but it smells really good too. Very moist looking. All right, so now let's go ahead and compare my own homemade baked goods with the ones from Starbucks. So here we have the Starbucks chocolate chip cookie, and here we have my homemade chocolate chip cookies. And I used the recipe by Bon Appetit for their best chocolate chip cookies. I will kick this off and do a taste test of the Starbucks chocolate chip cookie first. Beautiful ripples, a nice golden brown crust and exterior. It's a really hefty cookie and it looks like a really solid cookie as well. I mean, it's nothing outstanding, but it's chewy, it's thick, it's packed with chocolate, has decent flavor, but it's not blowing me out of the park. All right, so now I'm gonna go dig in and give my own homemade cookies a try. I will say that I didn't have as many chocolate chips here. My cookies are definitely softer in feel, and I also added some flaky sea salt to the top. This is Bon Appetit's recipe. They did kind of spread out thinner than I was hoping, so maybe I needed to let the flour hydrate a little bit more in the cookie dough before I baked it off. But let's give this a try and see how it compares to the Starbucks version. All right, well, flavor-wise, I think the Bon Appetit recipe is so much better. The cookies use brown butter, the flaky salt adds a layer of complexity, and the cookie itself is way softer. So who's the winner here? No bias whatsoever, but I think the Bon Appetit recipe that I made at home is definitely the better chocolate chip cookie. And also, you make way more when you make a batch of chocolate chip cookies at home. You get like 12 to 24 cookies versus if you go to Starbucks, you can only buy one, and it's not even that exciting. So I would say make your own chocolate chip cookies. Now let's move on to the next one. All right, we are now here with the iced lemon loaf and then my iced passion fruit loaf. So I know these loaf cakes are a little different, but I figured that they are both citrusy type loaf cakes and I thought they could compare well. Quick story time, I used to go after school and walk to my local Starbucks, and I would always get a green tea frappuccino and one of these lemon loaf cakes just as a little pick-me-up treat right after school. So this will be very nostalgic for me to kind of walk down memory lane and try this pastry again. It's been a long time. The Starbucks one smells really good, very lemony and fresh. The icing looks a little sweet, a little sugary, so we'll give it a go and see how it tastes. Oh, it's big. This is a dense one. I can feel the weight of this just trying to, oh, it's already bending. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna dig in. This is a classic tried and true, super lemony, super sweet. It tastes like lemonade captured inside a loaf cake. So the iced lemon loaf is great and a classic, but now let's move on to the passion fruit loaf cake that I made with a recipe from Gather and Feast. I know this is a different fruit, but once again, I am playing it as still citrus and still very zesty and fresh. Guys, this is a really tough call. They are both really similar. So moist and packed with so much citrus flavor. Honestly, this is such a hard call. Well, both are really delicious. If I really had to pick a winner, I think the Starbucks loaf edges out the passion fruit loaf by just a touch. I think it's because the passion fruit loaf is a little bit too moist for me, and the iced lemon loaf is actually a little bit drier, which I think really works well with this loaf cake. It's a really tough call. They're both really similar. I don't think you can go wrong with either. I think there's something about the nostalgia in the lemon loaf cake that really speaks to me. All right, the last one is here. We are now comparing vanilla bean scones. This one's from Starbucks, and this one is a homemade recipe that I found from a blog online that are for petite copycat Starbucks vanilla bean scones. Let's see which one is better. Appearance-wise, I will say that the Starbucks scones are a little bit more petite and smaller. They are more triangular, and they're also a little bit yellow, which is interesting. My own homemade scones are a little bit more brown. I think it's from the vanilla extract and the vanilla bean paste that I used. I do love how both recipes though have beautiful flecks of vanilla bean inside the glaze and inside the vanilla scone itself. I'll go ahead and start with the Starbucks one. Bringing me back to my childhood right here. So creamy and smooth. This scone is actually not that hard, which I feel like is an issue with a lot of scones where they're dry, brittle, and hard, and they just crumble when you bite into it. This scone is not bad. It's not like the moistest thing, but it's got a beautiful, just lovely vanilla flavor, and you can tell they use real vanilla bean, which is quite impressive for a big chain like Starbucks. I'm really proud of these guys. They turned out beautiful. They also smell really great. I love making scones at home, and I don't know, I'm pretty proud of my own personal one, so I hope they stack up against the Starbucks one. I love this. I really love my own personal one just because that glaze is so delicious and the scone itself is so buttery, and the bottom is still browned, has a little crunch to it, but so delicious overall. The winner here for me is pretty clear. I think my own homemade scones are absolutely delicious. I think they're a little bit more fresh, more buttery, more rich, which is what I really resonate with. In fact, I need another bite. Yeah. So there you all have it. This is my Starbucks comparison taste test. Is it worth it to just make your own homemade pastries, or is it worth it to just buy the pastries at Starbucks? I will say buying these 3 pastries added up to about $7 for me, and when I made these pastries at home, I made way more. So in terms of quantity, I think it's a lot more worth it to make it at home because you just get a lot more. Overall, in terms of flavor and each pastry itself, I would definitely recommend making your own chocolate chip cookies at home and also making your own vanilla bean scones at home. In terms of the loaf cake, Starbucks does pretty well. Remember, I did a pumpkin bread video featuring their Starbucks loaf, and I tried to recreate it at home, but I couldn't even beat them then. And with this iced lemon loaf cake, I'm not sure if I can beat them now either. So I will say Starbucks' loaf cakes are absolutely delicious, so moist and packed with flavor. I would definitely recommend. So that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me comparing all these different Starbucks products and pastries. And if you'd like to see more, definitely leave in the comments below which pastries should I try at Starbucks next, or what other types of comparison videos would you like to see. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys! Look at this ginormous bite that I took.